Yeah. 935 KDay. 90s hip hop back in the day. No Ayala in the building. We got another legend in here. In many ways, an unsung legend of the West Coast, but he's about to tell his story today, and we about to find out a lot. I got Chill from Compton's Most Wanted, a.k.a. CMW, in the building.
I mean, come on, man. We in here. I had to slide through, man. This is home.
Hey, man. So first of all, Compton's Most Wanted, one of the most underrated groups from the West Coast.
Yes, we are.
Straight up. Second of all, you got a new song and a new album coming out. Or is the album already out?
It's out.
Okay, we're going to talk about that.
Yeah, it's out.
He got DOC in the video. I don't know how you pulled that off.
That's
you got him in the beginning of the song.
You know, that's my, you remember Right On magazine back in the days?
Yep.
You know, they printed in there back in the days that me and DOC was brothers. So we ran with it. And still to this day, they think we brothers. But that's my brother from another one.
When I heard him on the intro, the single, I was like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Nah, the first thing I really want to do, though, is I was really curious to know about just the origins of Compton's Most Wanted and how you linked up with MC8. And how did all that start?
Man, that's a great question. Me and 8, we hooked up. We probably was every bit of 12 years old.
So you got started early.
Yeah, that's my dog, you know what I'm saying? And you know, it was church relevant and aunties relevant, you know what I mean? We was at Compton College, which is El Camino now, and they call themselves working out, walking the track. And we was just them rebellious little kids. Like, man, I ain't walking no track. I'm finna sit in these bleachers and beat on the bleachers some EPMD. And, you know, we had that in common, little freestyles and bussing. And, you know, we just kept it cool from there, going to church and hanging out. Then he checked out the school he went to and begged his mom could he come to the school I was at. And we formed Compton's Most Wanted in junior high school.
Now, whose idea was this? Like, who was the one that was be like, yo, we should start a group?
I mean, our school was like Crush Groove. You know what I mean? Me and 8, we went to school with Snoop and Warren G. You know what I mean? And at a young age in junior high. So, you know, if y'all seen Warren G's documentary, the dudes that he was battling in the locker room, that's supposed to be me and 8.
So, wait, if you went to school with Snoop Dogg and Warren G, did you go to school in Long Beach for a little bit?
To school in Long Beach,
so how did the transition to Compton happen?
I mean, no, it was always Compton. We born and raised in Compton.
Oh, so you just went to school in Long Beach?
Yeah, we born and raised in Compton, but we had to walk to Long Beach every day. And my mom worked at Long Beach Memorial, and she wouldn't give me a ride, so I still had to walk. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Nah, you know what's one thing I loved about you guys is that you guys were Compton's Most Wanted. You guys were West Coast, but I could hear the EPMD influence, the Rakim influence. And I've always liked that about certain West Coast MCs where it's like you could hear that influence of like everything hip-hop, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you know, once again, like our school was like Crush Groove, so we was heavy off into EPMD. We was heavy off into Rakim and a lot of East Coast-driven music, you know, with that West Coast language on it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you listen to Compton's Most Wanted coming from the West, you would expect to hear more bounce and Parliament and all of that type of stuff. But nah, we was on the blue notes and the jazz records and all that with the boom bap beats, but still spitting that Compton literature on it. You know what I mean?
Now, at what point were you? Did you guys get signed and like officially in the game?
We did a compilation back in the days. I think it was 1988 with our first producer, DJ Slip, and the legendary Unknown DJ, which was doing King T, and he did Ice-T 6 in the morning back in them days. So we rhymed on a Compton compilation they was doing up at Lonzo's, and from there, you know what I mean, we got a deal. First, it was Unknown. He signed us to Big Beat, and then we got an album deal with Orpheus Capital. And, man, we've been cracking ever since. One
of the things I wanted to ask you is because I was watching some of your other interviews, and I heard you mention real briefly in an interview, and I was like, man, I can't believe the interviewer didn't ask a follow-up question. You were talking about how, and let me know what label this was, because I'm not sure if this was the first label you signed to or the major. Sounds like some shit a major label would do, though. You were talking about how, like, everybody from that era pretty much got jerked by the labels.
Yeah.
And you said you guys signed a deal for $200,000.
Right.
But you only got $7,000.
Man, it wasn't even $200,000. It was like $125 or something like that. And me and 8 walked with like $7,000 a piece. You know what I mean? Unknown, you got us.
How does that happen, though?
Yeah, I mean, you know, back in them days, all we wanted to do was rap, man.
Right.
We was kids. You know what I mean? We was every bit of 17, 18 years old. You know what I mean? Me and 8, fresh off the block. You know what I mean? $7,000, we was rich. You know what I mean? So we
Good point.
Yeah, back then we wasn't tripping. I had a Cutlass. 8 had a little Cutlass. You know what I mean? A little super sidekick, and man, we was rich. We was ghetto rich, so we wasn't tripping. Now that we older and we tripping off publishing, royalties, you know, these days sound exchange and all this different stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's so many different ways to make money.
Was that pretty common back then? Those
Not
type
at
of
all.
deals?
Not at all. Well, yeah. I mean, pretty much everybody got Can I cuss?
Yeah.
Fucked. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got fucked. You know what I'm saying? From King T to Ice T to, everybody got fucked. You know what I'm saying? Easy and them, all of us got fucked. You know what I mean? But as you get older and get off into your craft, you learn the business. Like I said, all we want to do is rap.
At what point did you realize that the business wasn't straight? Like, oh shit, we got fucked.
I think it was after the Boys in the Hood soundtrack. We did the leading joint for that movie, Growing Up in the Hood, and we looking at Unknown, and he got these big old expensive dogs and houses and all this shit, and me and 8, we still living on Johnson Street in Compton, at his mama's, you know what I mean, or at my mama's on Williams, you know what I mean, and riding around in this one car, and we ain't, how much money you got? Oh man, I'm down to 3,000. How much money you got? Man, I ain't got nothing but 1,000. Man, I was at the Compton swap meet. I blew my money. You know what I mean? Then we start paying attention a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like, okay, what's going on? Which we wasn't on point then, but at least our ears was perked up like a pit bull. You know what I'm saying? Then, we started doing old Compton grimy shit like, oh, he left his wallet right here. Look at his wallet like, what is this? You know what I mean? Put it back, put it in the memory bank. You know what I mean? Then we got John Smith, you know what I mean, a lawyer / manager, and got fucked some more. You know what I mean?
But the lawyer fucked you?
Yeah.
See, I hear this a lot too. Like, I've interviewed a couple artists. They talk about it's like, yo, it's one thing you got to watch the label, but a lot of the lawyers are in bed with the label too.
Oh man, they was getting money and pocketing it and not even telling us about it and all that type of stuff. I mean, it's a cold game. We in a cutthroat business, so you really got to dot your I's and cross your T's, And I encourage young artists to, be more off into their publishing, their contracts, so they don't have to go through what we went through.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of young artists, not a good amount, still go through that, but at the same time, it's like young artists, especially if they're seeing this, a lot of these cats went through that. So, like Jay-Z said, Hov did that, so hopefully you would have to go through that.
Come on, man. Hov, we was on the same label when he was doing Hawaiian Surf, Sophie.
Oh,
and
wow.
Jazzo. You know what I mean? EMI back in the days, Capital. You know what I mean? They used to come in the company with these fly little Hawaiian shirts, and they looking like D-boys, you know what I mean? And we looking like, straight, we work at the airport in these khaki suits, you know what I mean?
How was Jay back then?
Oh, he was smooth. He was a smooth cat. He wasn't nowhere like he is now.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was just a smooth New Yorker. You know what I mean? Real cool cat.
Did you think during Hawaiian Sophie that
Jazzo,
little skinny Brooklyn kid was about to be Jay?
I thought Jazzo was the dude, hands down. You know what I mean? Because he was the one with the deal. Jay was just the dude that was with him. You know what I mean? And, you see how the shit turned.
Damn. So, okay, so we're on Capitol at this point. You guys have released how many albums at that point by the time you signed to Capitol? Just the first one?
We was on our second album, We Come Strapped. I had went to jail, and I was gone for the direction of that record. So I'm only on Growing Up in the Hood. So a lot of people think that Growing Up in the Hood is just 8 because I was gone for the video. But if you listen to the song, it's 2 different people. You know what I mean? But on the video, it's just 8. He had to keep it pushing while I was sitting down. You know what I mean? So I really wasn't on We Come Strapped too much, but I came home for the beginning of Music the Drive-By album. At that point, we was at Epic.
All right, so I think the question people are going to ask themselves, and it kind of goes back to what we're talking about, is like, hold on, man, you were on a label, you had notable songs out, I'm sure you were touring all over the world at this point. How do you go to jail? Like, what happens at that?
Street dude, product of my environment, straight from Compton, not knowing my business, just want to rap and be hood rich, have all the girlfriends, got a couple of dollars in my pocket, some fresh Nikes on, you know what I mean? And I was straight on the bench, and you can't. You know what I mean? You got to do this or you got to be a street dude. I was trying to fandangle both, you know what I mean, and got caught up. I was riding a G-Ride. You know what I mean? I stole a car and was trying to go to my girlfriend's house to take her some Pepto-Bismol.
What kind of car was it?
It was a Maxima. I stole it from my mama's job. I stole it from my mom's job. My mom, she worked at Long Beach Memorial.
Right.
I snatched all the keys out the valet, went through the parking lot, chirp, 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 jumped in the car, and I fell in love with the car. I'm all at Venice Beach in the car, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and they got me right on Compton Boulevard in Wilmington.
All right, so we do have something coming because I have stole a car before.
Oh, man, come on. That's what we used to do.
But it was my mom's car.
Oh, yeah,
my mom and dad were there on vacation.
That ain't stealing. That's
and then I had just got my learner's permit. It was a 95 Honda Civic.
You was rolling. Huh?
I was rolling. I was driving to school every day. Like, you need a ride home? I got you, girl.
Now, see, I done fell in love with a car that wasn't no ties to me. This old lady, she had a nice little crochet blanket in the back. She didn't even want the car. She wanted her blanket back, you know. So I felt kind of bad, you know, but...
All right, so hold on. You gotta take me through the thought process of stealing a car, because I would be nervous if I stole a car. Like, eventually I'm gonna get pulled over. They're gonna find out because they're gonna report it. So were you just like, I got the whip. I'm whipping around the city. Whatever. She ain't gonna ever.
Man, I was rolling. Now, this is the time when they changed the lights, where you turn the lights on to where the blinkers is at. So what happened, I didn't have the lights on. The police pull up on the side of me, and they say, "What's wrong with you, fool? You ain't got your license on? Your lights on?" And I'm looking like, damn, how do I turn
Oh,
on?
yeah.
How do I turn on the lights? You know what I mean?
Yup.
So he just drifted off and got behind me and ran the car, and boom, there it is. I'm in the middle of Compton and Wilmington, spread out. Got me. I was going to try to run, but I wasn't going to.
Yeah. I feel that.
This the same night we recorded the Duck Sick.
Oh,
The
wow.
exact same night we did that. We went to the studio, did it. I left. I was supposed to meet 8 and the boy Crazy D, my essay homeboy from NWA back in the day. Yo, Mr. Doe, man, you think you're slick? That was my boy, you know what I'm saying? And we supposed to go over there and smoke and drink, and I drifted off trying to take my girlfriend some Pepto-Bismol.
And it's always when you always get that pullover when you least expect it, man.
Banged. Yep.
I've never been arrested, but I got a couple impounds though. I got like 2 impounds in my lifetime, so I know what that's like.
Oh, yeah.
One time I was coming back from Vegas, I was like, ain't
Ooh,
this
on a
about
15?
a bitch, man? I was in Barstow.
Oh, my God. How did you get home?
I had to Greyhound home because I had lost all my money in Vegas.
Yeah.
It was all bad. Then I had to go back a couple weeks later and pick up the car. Ugh, it was a nightmare.
Yeah.
So what year did you go in?
This was 89. No, this was 90, 1990. I left, and I did a county lid, a county year. Back then, that was 9 months and 20 days.
Okay.
I did that. But then I got out, and I still didn't get it. You know what I mean? I got caught with a gun. You know what I mean? Went right back. I was on probation. You know, this time I was going a little longer. You know what I mean? So just was in and out, trying to figure out my lane. You know what I mean? And then in California, it still haunts me to this day. You know what I mean? Because of those plea bargains I took back then versus just doing the time. I took a deal just to get out. Get back to work.
And the fucked up part is that's how they get you.
Right.
Even if you didn't do it, they're like, well, you're facing 10 years, but if you just take this plea deal, you can just sit on a year.
So
and
any
then...
trouble I get in, all that old shit gonna pull up. So I try to keep my nose clean, stay out the way. Now I get it. You know what I mean? I stay with the
How long did it take you to like get it?
At least about 10 years. I ain't gonna front.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? About 10 years. And a lot of it wasn't my fault, but the last time I was gone, I was sitting still. I made it to the shoe, to the big house. I was in the shoe, Tehachapi, sitting there. 24 hours lockdown, and I'm like, man, how do I keep getting myself caught up like this?
Right.
You know, I ain't had nothing but my Bible and my TV, you know, and I figured it out. Be a dad, be a husband, and forget the streets.
Well, you know what? You could probably answer this next question really well then. Have you been keeping up with the Tekashi situation?
A little bit.
I mean, explain to me, because, you know, I'm kind of lame when it comes to that, but they're talking about how he was, like, in, I guess, a snitch prison. And then, like, from your perspective, what's going on? Like, is he telling? Is he...
I really, you know, I ain't on it like that. I just know the dude was running around a loose cannon and something bound was going to happen. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, he got locked up. Thank God he didn't get himself killed. You know what I mean? Negativity brings negativity, and it wasn't nothing, you know, no way around it. Something was going to happen to the kid. You know what I mean? I think he's talented. You know what I mean? You know, if he paid attention more to his talent than being an ignorant dude, you know what I mean? He would be all right. You know what I mean? But it's too late now. He got to sit still. You know what I mean? It's too late now. Got to sit still. Lucky he ain't come out here and get killed.
Right. Because, I mean, people, I mean, some of the Instagram videos were funny, but being as somebody who's lived in California my whole life, I was like, yo, you might think we got funny accents and this rag shit is just all fun and games, but you may think it's funny.
Yeah,
but there's people out here that take that very serious.
Cats, and that could have went pear-shaped. You know what I mean? It could have went real messed up for him. But, you know.
Jay Prince was in here. He gave me the illest quote. He said, if you keep campaigning, eventually you about to get elected.
Oh yeah, boy, and that's real spit.
Like, for real.
That's real. He asked for it. He asked for it. Now where he's at, I think he's in Brooklyn locked up or something. That ain't no punk prison. You know what I'm saying? Them dudes is just like Compton, like Quick say, just like Compton.
Right.
You know what I mean? And yeah, he's gonna have to deal with it. You know what I mean? From my understanding, some of his own folks don't feel him.
Yeah, and that's what happened. Like, I guess his own gang members, they turned against him and they were trying to set him up or extort him or whatever they were trying to do behind the scenes.
Right. Well, he got to ride that out. That's what he asked for. Ride it out. Tekashi, ride it out.
Tekashi, ride it out.
I roll mine, so I'll do your time, Jack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't drop the soap. Change your hair color, something.
You gotta do something. Pause, but Tekashi's a cute one too. He's a little cutie.
Yeah,
so you know.
Somebody gonna holler at him in Brooklyn. Yeah, somebody gonna holler at him.
Daniel Hernandez. Damn. Okay, another question. I want to talk about the new album, of course. But before we get to that, I was also very interested to know your take on a couple things in the Death Row era. Because I feel like if you're from the West Coast, like that era touched everybody, no matter like what you did. What was your involvement with that? Were you around for a lot of that?
What, with the Death Row stuff?
Yeah, like were you involved in any sort of way with any of that, or were you kind of just like a spectator?
No, I was around. I was around and active in the whole thing. If you're speaking on the situation with 8 and DJ Quick, we wasn't never signed to Death Row or did any business with Death Row. We was always on our own label doing our own thing with Epic Street. But we never really had no problems with Suge or nothing like that. Suge Mama and 8 Mama used to live across the street from each other.
Oh, wow.
Back in them days. So, you know, we were running to him in the streets. You know what I mean? And he, you know, ain't nothing gonna happen to your mama house. And we like, yeah, ain't nothing gonna happen to your mama house. You know what I mean? We never was nervous about him or, you know, feared him or anything. You know what I mean? I'm like, shit, he stand up and pitch just like I do. You know what I'm saying? He run up over here with that craziness. He gonna get got. So I think, you know, I think dudes know who to mess with and know what's gonna happen if something happens. But unfortunately, he's locked up. You know what I mean? He asked for it. You know what I mean? You know, you want to get in there so bad, you in there. You know what I mean? And, you know, the situation with Terry Carter, that happened like 5 steps from my grandmother's house. My grandmama stayed right behind town.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So that was a place that I used to go to as a kid. You know what I mean? And I'm like, damn, Suge did that? I'm like, wow. And I was just with Terry not that long ago. You know what I mean? And, you know, Terry was a cool brother. So, you know, I'm just sad for the situation on both ends. You know what I mean? 2 people lost their life.
Yeah, and like Suge could have been.
Yeah,
Suge could have been you know, he could have been up there with like Jay. I feel like.
I think he would have been past Jay. I think he would have been like Barry Gordy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think he would have been, you got to look. Snoop Dogg got a star. You know what I mean? Dre and them, they Hall of Famers now. You know what I mean? Come on, with something in store for Suge Knight as well. You know what I mean? As a executive of that situation. You know what I mean? But, you know, when faith calls, man, you know what I mean? It comes. You know what I mean?
Right.
And unfortunately, old boy is locked up. But, you know, I'm sure he'll be fine. He ride it out. You know, he getting old as hell, so he can't do too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I kind of miss the dude, keeping it 100.
Well, you know what's funny? I've heard a lot of people say that. Like, a lot of people, you know, say the negative, and we've all heard those stories.
Yeah.
But I've heard a lot of people that were close to the situation say that, like, Suge was always A1 with me.
He was A1 with me every time I seen him. And one thing for sure, he repped the West Coast hard.
Yeah,
and he kept his foot on these fools' neck when they come on our side with that bullshit. You know what I mean? Suge was the dude pushing the line. I miss that. You know what I mean? Now it's now, you know, as a street dude, now it's kamikaze. You got all type of craziness.
Do you be tripping out like how friendly rappers are with each other now?
Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You got all these dudes running around here taking hugs and selfies and, you know what I mean? Suge wasn't with that. So, you know, I miss that for this rep in the West. You know what I mean? But, you know, I definitely ain't with the ignorance.
Right.
You know what I mean? But, you know, some of the stuff Suge did, I stand for.
Right.
But, you know, a lot of it, I'm like, yeah, all right.
Well, you know what's so funny, too, is one of the guys locked up that's down with Tekashi and all them, Shotty, who's like the CEO of Treyway or whatever, he modeled himself after Suge Knight.
Really?
And he said that in numerous interviews and, like, you know, all over the place. And it's just funny because it's like.
Well, that's where you went wrong.
Yeah.
You ain't supposed to model yourself as another man. Be your own man. You know, first of all, Suge is Suge. He can never be nobody else. And nobody can be Suge. You know what I mean? So that's where you went wrong with that.
Right.
You know what I mean? I know it's a lot of dudes trying to be Suge out here. They'll never be dudes.
That's what I'm saying. It's like.
Yeah, they'll never be dudes. They ain't willing to jump off that cliff like he was. You know what I mean?
What was your reaction when you heard Dollars and Cents? Because MCA's your boy, right?
That's my dog.
And I think MCA's raw. Like, I think super dope. I think Compton's Most Wanted was raw.
No doubt.
But when I heard that Dollars and Cents, so I was like.
Oh, yeah, he killed it. Hey, like Quick say, it's a gladiator sport. I'm actually the first person to play that record for 8. Yeah. I used to get my tapes 2-3 weeks early from the VIP in Compton. On Compton Boulevard, right? My little young homeboy, he sell them to me. So I went in there, what you got? You know what I mean? He like, man, I got this Murder Was the Case. I'm like, yeah, let me bump that. So all day, I'm on Dr. Dre and Ice Cube all day. Later on, you know, back days, we used to read the credits, you know what I mean, on the tapes. I'm leaning back in my car and reading it. And I'm like, what Quick got on here? So I go to his. I'm like, oh, shit. You know what I mean? Like, whoa. Like, are you serious? So I pull up on 8 and the homeboy boom bang.
Wait, hold on. Before you played it for 8, because you heard it before you played it for 8, right?
Yeah.
When you heard the line, take the G out your name, Because the G ain't in you.
I said, ooh. But immediately as his homie, I'm like, okay, we got to get him. How we going to get him? Not how he going to get him, because I'm Team 8. I'm from Compton's Most Wanted. You know what I mean? So I'm like, how we going to get him? You know what I mean? Like, it's a battle. You know what I mean? He killed it with that. You know what I mean?
Right.
With all that shit. It's a dope song. You know what I mean? So, I pull up on 8. They was in there playing Madden. I'm like, man, y'all got to come to my car. You know what I mean? And I was so serious, I snatched the plug out the game. And they're like, what the fuck wrong with him? You know what I mean? So they come outside. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm blasting. I got this super sound system in my car. And I'm pushing it, and you can just see 8. You can just see steam come from his head. You know what I mean? He was so on fire. You know what I mean? And
what was his reaction after you played it? He was
like, 8 is really not a emotional dude.
Right.
He real laid back. You know what I mean? So he was just like, yeah, all right, okay. All right, it's like that. You know what I mean? Let's get to the studio. You know what I mean? And then boom, Death Wish.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which was a dope diss record. But if you look at dollars and cents, you know what I mean? It was on a bigger album.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You had Cube, Jodeci, all these different people on this album. Of course, the masses is going to hear that versus just listening to
Death Wish was hard too, though. Don't get it twisted.
You know what I'm saying? Versus listening to an 8 record, which we got fan base heavy. But, man, you got all these people listening to this Murder Was the Case soundtrack versus listening to We Come Strap album. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's how he won the battle. You know what I mean? It was a groovy song, though. You know what I mean? Me and Quick laugh about it today. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that was real groovy. He won on the record, but we won on the street.
That's right. And let it be noted that everyone's cool today, and that's what I love about it so much.
Shout
is because
out to DJ Quick, man, he's a real
we've seen all of our West Coast heroes like grow up and mature, and now it's like you teaching the youngins, like
man. Yeah, I mean it's dope that. Because, from the blue side, from the red side, coming from the same city, actually the same side, the west side of Compton, what me and Quick learned about each other is, we do the identical same shit. You know what I mean? I produce and rap. He produce and rap. We engineer. We musicians. You know what I mean? We play every instrument known to man. You know what I mean? And once we got...
I know you play instruments.
Oh, I play everything. You know what I mean?
What do you play?
Harmonica, anything.
Damn.
Anything. You know what I mean? So... I sat in the studio with him, and I'm tripping off of him turning knobs, and he tripping off me turning knobs, and he mixed the joint on my album for me.
Which one?
I mean, Automatic, the one with Doc on it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? And then I went back in and did some more stuff to it, but Quick started it for me. You know what I mean? And we just respect each other. You know what I mean? Like, damn, dog, it's a shame that we couldn't have been doing this. You know what I mean? But it's Compton, it's territorial. You know what I mean? It's not the rappers, it's the homies. You know what I mean?
All right, because I'm a producer too, so I got to ask you some super nerdy producer talk.
Computer talk. Let's go.
Out of you and Quick, who's a better engineer? Who's a better mixer?
That's a great question.
I'm about to start some
Who's
shit
a
right
better
now.
mixer? Who
got
better
the better
engineer?
ear? Like, that hi-hat don't sound right.
I would say Quick got a dummy ear for high end and clarity. You know what I mean? He made stuff go from here to here.
Right.
You know what I mean? And me, I'm just straight boom bap. I know how to rock that bottom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Make sure that bass is hitting. So when you turn the corner, you like, yeah, that shit's subbing. You know what I mean? So I would think both of us is dope.
Yeah.
But salute to DJ Quick, hands down. He's my fan. I'm a fan of his. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, of course, man.
Of his production
alone.
Of
course.
You know what I mean?
Well, but, don't get it twisted. You got some bangers, too, though.
Yeah, I do.
Like, let's talk about this new album and the new single, Automatic. And I talked about it earlier. The DOC is on the intro, which I just thought was dope as fuck.
Yeah.
What makes you still want to do music in 2018?
It's just for a sport. You know what I mean? Like, I've been doing music since I was 16 professionally. So, for me to go get a 9 to 5 and start flipping burgers or driving a forklift, it ain't nothing that I'm going to do. I'm not going to be there. You know what I mean? So, really, it's just because I love music. You know what I mean? It's not for the money. Well, of course, it's for the money. But at the same time, I ain't tripping off the money. If it wasn't about no money, I'll still be doing it. And it's a utensil I can touch people. You know what I mean? I still got a heavy fan base. It may not be the guys that's running around with the color hair or the tattoos on their face. You know what I mean? But, it's for the dudes that's rocking the salt and pepper. It's for the lady that's, is working and a single mother. You know what I mean? It's for the dudes in the street still trapping. You know what I mean? So I think I will forever do it. I don't think it's no age limit on it. You know what I mean?
Well, and I think that's what all these artists are starting to show. Because hip-hop's finally to a point where it's old enough where you can have older artists from the 90s,
no doubt,
put out stuff.
My mom, she hated it when I first started doing music. You know what I mean? Now, she listen to Jay-Z. She listen to 50 Cent. She bump Dre and Snoopy. You know what I mean? And these is, Snoopy used to be at my house, my garage. You know what I mean? And she's like, oh, yeah, that's Snoop Dogg. I'm like, you remember him? He used to be at the house, Mom. You know what I mean? She's like, oh, yeah. She don't remember, but she likes the records. You know what I mean? She likes the records. Now she bringing me magazines, sign all this so I can take it to work. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, you pimping. You pimping. You know what I'm saying?
No, dude, it's funny you say that because it's the same thing on my end. Because, I'm in radio. So when I was younger, my older brother used to rap, right? And Razkaz used to like my older brother a lot, like as a rapper. So he called the house one time and he was like, yo, is Pac there? His name is Pac, but we all call him Pac. Is Pac there? And my mom was like, who is this? Because this is back in the day before cell phones.
Right. Wait, Paco?
Yeah, this is Razkaz. My mom was like, what's a Razkaz? And just hangs up on him.
Yeah, I always do that. I tell my sister, I say, yeah, somebody going to call for my niece. Like, I'll speak to Leah. Like, who is this? Mad Dog. Like, you better hang that phone up quick. Don't never call this house again. Razkaz. Hang up.
What? So who do you have on the new album? And just tell me about this new album, man. Like, what's the angle?
When I did California, you know what I mean? I'm one of the dudes that pulled out MC Ren. They ain't heard from him in a while.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I patented that as, let me do something that's surprisingly dope because it's other people from the West Coast that's dope besides Snoopy and Warner.
Right.
You know what I mean? The big dogs. You know what I mean? You got J.O., you got Cam. So on this album.
Shout out Cam.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You got all these different people that make us the West. You know what I mean? So I went and grabbed Silky Fine.
Oh, I remember
You know what I mean?
Fine.
That's the homegirl. You know what I mean? I got Big Mike, you know what I mean, from the Ghetto Boys on there. I got Show Chop on there. You know what I mean? I got a jam with, me and the Dirty OGs, you know what I mean? Me, Corp, and Weasel Loke. Shout out to the homie Trade E and Cocaine. You know what I mean? I got Crazy Bone on the album. Man, I got 8 on the album. You know what I mean? Yeah, I just kept it G like that. You know what I mean? I reached out to Doc, and Doc was like, "Send it to me, man. I'll do it right now." You know what I mean? He was, "I'm gonna do it right now." He said, "I'm finna do that and some," and he sent me that, and I used it as an intro. You know what I mean? So yeah, I just kept it Westy on there. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. Available everywhere. Spotify,
everywhere,
Apple Music,
everywhere.
Taking this West Coast hip hop. Cause I be trying to tell people like, yo, you missing out, man.
Man, we having fun,
The West,
man.
they never went nowhere.
We having fun. I don't understand when they say, man, we bringing the West back. I'm like, where did it go? I'm still doing the same thing I was doing. You know what I mean? I still do shows. I still show up at parties, and I'm still going to Walmart.
I always see you backstage everywhere.
Selfies. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Out here.
Yeah, come on, man. I wouldn't want to be from nowhere else, man. This is the best place to be from.
What's the name of the album?
The name of the album is called 4wit80. You know what I mean? And for people that know what that means, and for people that don't, 4wit80 is the last sentence I did. I did 80% of 4 years. You can do 6wit80, you can do 7wit85 or whatever, but my time was 4wit80, 80% of 4 years. So it's not a jail record. It's not a just glorifying jail living and none of that. It was just interpretation where my mind state was at, you know what I mean, when I wrote this record, when I came home, you know what I mean? Because I came home and immediately got with Corrupt and we did the Dirty OGs. And I'm like, you know what, I want to do something for myself. And he was like, man, how much time you did? I was like, 4wit80. He said, what's the name of your record? I said, 4wit80. I said, let's ride that out. You know what I mean? So I put it together, you know what I mean? Now it's done. It's out there.
Yeah, okay.
Pushing that line. We having fun with it.
Hey, make sure you copped, or you don't even cop an album no more. Make sure you stream that or whatever you do now. Stream it,
you know what I mean?
Download it, support the homie. Is there any chance we get another CMW album?
Oh, boy, man, we working on Gangsta Business right now.
Let's go.
Drop that thing in March. Me and salute to my homeboy MC8. We probably like 30 songs in right now, just getting that chemistry. And oh, boy, I'm having so much fun with this new CMW project.
I like
you know
that.
What I mean, it's dope. We got some out-the-country producers. I produce. We got some other dudes from the West, a lot of young talent. You know what I mean? And we really killing it, man. We having fun with this Salt and Pepper.
Well, hey, you guys got to let me know when you want to come up here.
Yes, sir.
Because that's going to be the interview of interviews.
Yes, sir.
And then my other question, and I guess we'll end it on this. Are we going to get another Dirty OGs?
Come on, man, we working. You know what I'm saying? We working. You know, Trady, he's doing this Supreme Circle thing. You know what I mean? Trade Weasel Loke, I'm finna drop his project, Gangsta Guaranteed. Corrupt, he's in the cannabis business. You know what I mean? Cocaine, he got the Buddy Boy thing. So collectively, we the Dirty OGs. But we have our own ventures as well. You know what I mean? But when it's time, you know what I mean? We stay recording.
Right.
You know what I mean? We stay recording.
Right.
But when it's time to drop, we gonna drop.
Oh, I gotta come by one of these studio sessions, man. Come say what's up.
Man, come on,
because honestly, when did the album come out? Last year, right?
Last year, yeah.
And I remember I was filling in for Romeo, and you guys stopped by the morning show when I was filling in. And that album, I banged that album a lot, man.
It's a straight West Coast classic.
And the bars, though.
Yeah,
the bars.
They think old dudes can't rap, man.
That's
You know
what
what
I'm
I'm saying?
saying.
We truant dudes, man. You know what I'm saying? We really got wordplay. We is not playing. We ain't taking none off. No let up.
They'll bar you up and then fuck you up outside.
And whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying? Fast. We ain't got time for all this damn fighting and shit. We gonna
all
whoop
this
them over the
nonsense.
head. Yeah.
Well, hey, man, thank you for coming through. Anytime, just know that door right there is always open.
Thank you, man. Hey, man, I'll give you a call, and you always roll out the blue red carpet.
Yeah.
Salute to you, Noah. You know what I'm saying? You my bro, man. That's what's up.
That's what it is, 935 KDay, the chill.
Yes, sir.
You.